At approximately 12:59 p.m. on August 10, 2022, an explosion tore through the 1000 block of North Weinbach Avenue in Evansville. At nearby Vogel Elementary School, it was the first day of school for children whose last names started with K through Z. Students and staff felt the impact of the explosion and immediately wondered what had happened.
When we heard it and we felt it, the entire school felt it. We thought, my counselor ran in here and was like, a tree just fell on the roof again. I went, I don't think that's a tree. My survival mode kicked in immediately. I needed to see if our school and our surrounding area was safe, and so I went outside to kind of see what was going on. Then I came back inside when I realized the building was okay. So I got on announcements and just said, boys and girls, I know you heard the big bang. Our school is safe right now. I'm not sure what's happened in the neighborhood, but I want you to know that we're all safe, and I will let you know what is going to occur as soon as I have more details.
While first responders were jumping into action to address the physical damage, Youth First social worker Lori Powell and the team at Vogel were jumping into action to assess and address the other types of fallout from this tragedy.
We both went into crisis mode. Our whole school, our whole team went into crisis mode, and how can we help? What is the need? Who was impacted? How were they impacted? How can we find this information out quickly?
I was thinking about how we could help everybody and what the kids needed at that point.
It was scary for everyone. I mean, it was close enough. I mean, gosh, it was down the street from the school, but we're in the neighborhood and the whole house shook. I really thought it was a tree falling on the house. That's how, I mean, it just, everything shook, and they were scared and they were worried about all the people that were impacted by that.
All the families at Vogel were affected in some way, but there were 5 families that were displaced and 2 other families that needed a little bit more assistance.
You know, the initial impact of dropping your kindergartner off for the very first time and an explosion happens just in the neighborhood near the school. You know, all of the parents and families were shocked, worried, overwhelmed, had a lot of big emotions in the beginning.
But I think Vogel did a great job, and Mrs. Powell included, did a great job of really putting the parents and the kids at ease. And then having the resources here for them, that was great. So really, they were able to get through the day and then the rest of the week, and they were okay.
The flexibility, expertise, and responsiveness of a Youth First social worker can address such a wide range of concerns, even the most unexpected. Stepping in during a crisis is just one of many ways that Youth First social workers support kids and families. They serve the entire school building with tiered programming for larger groups of students and training and support for teachers and parents. Additionally, they work with kids one-on-one or in small groups to overcome obstacles, succeed academically, and pursue safe, healthy, and productive lives. Lori Powell has been serving the Vogel community in this way for 6 years.
She is so intentional in meeting the needs of not only our kids, but our families. And that's a little bit different than the role of a counselor.
There's not really a normal day-to-day at Vogel, but I try to schedule my times for each of my kids, and but sometimes things happen and it's all switched up. I help kids with issues like self-esteem, resolving conflicts, you know, if they've lost a loved one or they're adjusting to divorce, how to express their emotions appropriately.
Having a social worker, I cannot tell you how happy I am. It is the best experience. Now that I've gone those years in administration without it in middle school, I can't imagine not having one. And especially with Lori, she brings something to the table that the rest of us, sometimes whether it's time, when you have a high need school with lots of needs, we can't get to 530 something of them, and it's just another person with a great skill set to help our kids and our families.
Students thrive in school when connected to a Youth First social worker, and we know the benefits endure. The positive effects of this special relationship ripple out to their families, friends, and ultimately the community.
Mrs. Powell is the best.
Do you like working with Mrs. Powell? When there's an issue, I'm able to talk to Mrs. Powell about it. Her and I are we're able to kind of work together as a team. So she's here with them, working with them, seeing how they're progressing in school, and then I'm at home working with them at home. So, and we talk about some things that they're having issues with. We try to work together and try to stay on the same page so that things are a little bit consistent between both places.
This kind of collaboration is happening all across the Youth First service area. And thanks to your investment, what Lori Powell is able to do at Vogel, whether it's a calm day or a crisis day, is possible at all 110 schools served by a Youth First social worker.
Thank you so much, donors, and everyone that's involved in making Youth First possible and available for parents like myself at the schools. It's truly appreciated. We thank you.
To get involved with Youth First and to learn more, visit youthfirstinc.org.